Hi and welcome to vSAN in 3 minutes. Today it's part 2 of vSAN performance testing with HCI Bench. For those of you that missed part 1, which was the deployment and configuration of the appliance itself, please go and reference that video in our YouTube channel. If you remember, we were at the point where we had the IP address of our appliance, so we can now go to the website and start entering in some of our vCenter details such as username and password, the data center name, cluster name, optionally network and data store name. And because I'm deploying a large number of virtual machines, I want to deploy directly onto each of my 3 hosts, and I'll set the username and password for each of those hosts. I'll define the number of guest VMs and size and number of data disks I want to deploy as part of this. I'll then go and use a VDBench parameter file, which I have already created a number of. I can select from the list or select all, or in certain scenarios I might actually want to generate my own. So with this page I can generate any particular set of options that I want to and save that and submit that as a parameter file that I can reuse. I'm going to leave the output path as the default. I could choose to initialize the storage with a dd command prior to running the test, but at this stage I'm not going to do so. I'm going to set the testing duration to 600 seconds, and I definitely want to clean up the virtual machines afterwards. I have to download the VDBench tool, and as I've already achieved this, I'm going to upload that tool, the zip file, directly into this tool. Now the upload's completed. So the next steps now are simply just to save the configuration. I need to save the configuration every time I make a change. That's done. I also want to make sure I validate the configuration to check that the credentials and everything are valid before I start running the test. Validation has succeeded. And now I run the test. So what you'll see is the progress bar here in the browser. This will go through a number of stages where the deployment is started. If we flick over to the web client, you can see now that there are a number of virtual machines that are being provisioned, and eventually those will be powered on as the deployment progresses. The deployment's finished. All those 20 virtual machines are now there and powered on, and the I/O test that we specified in the parameter file is now actually commencing. So in the background, what's happening to my vSAN cluster is we're driving a number of IOPS through it, and in part 3 we'll show you exactly how to get access to the results. Now again, I've set this to run for a period of 600 seconds. So obviously I'm going to speed up the video at some point. The I/O test is now completed. And what we should see is that the tool itself goes and cleans up all the virtual machines that we had deployed. So my vSAN cluster is now back to normal. And the test is completed. So that's it for part 2. In the third and final part, as I said, I will show you how to view the results that you currently have. So for more on virtual SAN and particularly HCI Bench, please go and visit our links at the following sites. Thanks very much for watching.